Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. Jim White, yellow tie, EastEnders, drives an Audi, loves crunchy nut cornflakes. Jack Grealish to Manchester City in £100 million bid. That's the story, everybody. This is actually coming from Jim White on Talk Sport, not Sky Sports News. Jim White, formerly of Sky Sports News, now of Talk Sport. Some people say it's Talk Shite. Is it Talk Sport or is it Talk Shite? Jack Grealish, Manchester United, 100 million. I've said Manchester United, I mean Manchester City. Invented in 2008, £100 million bid. Well, this is coming from TalkSport, and this is coming from TalkSport sources, and this is coming from Jim White on Twitter, that Jack Grealish to Manchester City, £100 million bid. All I would say is, and I know what Gary Barlow would say, absolutely incredible, Mark. It's absolutely fantastic. It's unbelievable. It's like when Robbie left Take That in 2006. We were over the moon, Mark. He was such a big head, but we had to pretend we were upset. I was just thinking about the royalties. But anyway, let's get on with it. Jack Grealish to Manchester City in a £100 million bid. There's so many layers to this. It's a layer cake. It really is. Because Grealish to Manchester City, I don't like Man City. But I love Jack Grealish. And I can only just applaud it and say, look, well done, Manchester City, if they get that deal done. Because he's absolutely fantastic. He really is. I can't. I'd be a hypocrite to say, oh, he's over. Imagine if I sat here and went, Grealish to Man City. They're overpaying for him. He's just an English bloody, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who's an average midfielder. He's an average midfielder. He's an English average midfielder. I mean, I can't even think of a name because I don't even mean what I'm saying there. I think he's a fantastic player. He is a player that I've been demanding to play for England. He is a player that gets me there. He is a player that I think is ready to go to the next level and play in the Champions League. And I think if Manchester City get him, it's massively exciting to see what Jack Grealish, like Phil Foden, has done under Pep Guardiola. And it's exciting that Pep Guardiola, who's arguably the best manager in the world, wants to spend that amount of money on an English player. You know, this to me is the development of the English game. When you get a player like that go into to Manchester City, it's absolutely fantastic, and but it's worrying. It's definitely worrying if you're Liverpool or you're Manchester United or you're Spurs or Arsenal or Leicester. It's a worry because Manchester City have never spent that before. They've always been the team that they never spend any more than 60. They're always buying players for 50, 60. And I wonder if that was always because of the financial fair play thing. And people will say, oh, you don't understand financial fair play. I don't think anybody understands financial fair play. I don't think financial fair play even exists anymore because of the court cases that it's lost. But I certainly do think that Man City kept their spending down for moral reasons, but also to do with financial fair play, that they didn't want to be levelled as, oh, look at them, they're just spending mad money. I almost think it was part of their strategy to buy players for 50, 60 million. So they weren't that club that's spending 100, 150 every summer on one player. But I think now that they're ready to do that. For whatever reason, they've decided to smash that 60, 70 million pound barrier and start buying players for 100 million. And if they do that with Grealish and they do follow it up with Harry Kane, then I think it's over. I think the football's over in the Premier League because nobody can match that. And also I think it's like over in other ways because if you pay £100 million for Jack Grealish, you've just inflated the market in a COVID market so that any Everton player of the future or Brighton player or any up-and-coming good player who's English of the future that's not at a top four club and a top four club knocks on their door, they'll say, wow, Man City paid £100 for Jack Grealish, we want 120. So it's bad because teams like Arsenal and United and Liverpool, they can't afford that. Now, whether they can afford it or not, they've got owners that won't pay that. So it makes Man City move further away. Of course, I've not mentioned Chelsea because I think Chelsea is sort of club, they'll see that and go to Dortmund and say, I know you've been negotiating for a player you want to sell in Sancho with Man United for 15 months. And I know you say you're not selling Haaland, but there's 150 million. Can we get it done by tomorrow? You know, and I think that maybe that's the road we're heading down with Chelsea and Manchester City, where they're just going to go and do massive deals now. And, you know, they are the two best teams in England. They're the two best teams in Europe. The Champions League final showed that. And even as a United fan, I don't think we're the second best team in England, even though, you know, we can say that because we played a 38-game season and we were second. I don't think there's any real confidence in the fan base to say that we are the second best team in England. I think it's Man City and Chelsea, and I think that there's a real opportunity that they're going to move away from it now. I mean, does Jack Grealish mean Man City are going to dominate the world? No. Does he make them better? Yes. Does Harry Kane make them better? Yes. And certainly, you know, but I think the worrying thing is that there's a player that I would love at my club, and I'm sure there's many clubs that would love Jack Grealish, and he's going to go to Manchester City. And I think from Manchester City's point of view, this is, I mean, it's such a clever move if they do it, because they can afford it. He's also a player that's probably worth around sort of 80 million quid. And also, he's massively marketable. I think Man City want fans. That's the next thing. It's the only thing we've got, is that, oh, you can win all your trophies, but you can't fill your ground. You haven't got a fan base. And it's very easy to get a fan base in the modern world. United are clinging to a fan base because we've always had that fan base. But football fans are manoeuvrable. And Jack Grealish is very marketable. And he's English. And he's exciting. And a lot of people will buy a Man City shirt because it's got Jack Grealish on the back of it. And I think it's a very clever move. Man City are a very well-run club. Whether I like it or not, they are 100 times better run than Manchester United. If you've ever been up to the Etihad, and I went up there for an awards show a few years ago, not willingly, and the infrastructure is fantastic. They're not here to mess about. They used the United blueprint, and United ripped the blueprint up. And the blueprint became the Man City blueprint. And that's basic. And they're going from strength to strength. And a signing like this is absolutely huge. What it means for football may not be a very good thing, but it's absolutely huge. And there will be people now, Arsenal fans, going, we should have done the Super League. It would have been a leveller. Well, we shouldn't have done the Super League. We shouldn't have done the Super League just so a select small section of clubs could be rich to compete against Man City. The Super League was immoral. Things should be in place to stop what's happened with, you know, Man City and Chelsea, but they're not. They're not. And any other club could have had that situation, so it's not sour grapes. The reality is we are where we are, and Man City do have the money to do these sort of deals, and that's the way football's going to be. But ultimately, Jack Grealish is a fantastic signing for whoever gets him, and if Man City get him, I can only applaud it because I think he's fantastic. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video, make sure you subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in a bit.